we?
No. You know what? No, wait. Time out. What happened in Kansas City, from what I'm gathering, is that it wasn't part of the parade. These were thugs, gangbangers shooting at each other. Call it what it is.
But how do you shoot 21 people? But anyway,
because you're evil. Evil people kill people.
I know, but the point, first of all, they wouldn't kill anybody. First of all, if they had a insurance policy on those bullets, an insurance policy on that gun, like a car or something like that, these guns would disappear overnight.
You sound just like a cop.
If they get sued, they make sure that they get.
We're talking about thugs. We're talking about thugs who were there, who probably were carrying the guns illegally. They don't care, Jim. Get that through your head. What's happening in Chicago? These thugs, they don't care.
Come on. Missouri, the best place to get shot is in Kansas City, Missouri. I'd rather take my chances in downtown Chicago than Kansas City, Missouri.
All right. Take care, Jim. Let's go to Jared Craig from Georgia. Jared, welcome to Black and Right.
Really quick, Jared is actually the Veterans for Trump attorney
for the
grassroots movement from out of Georgia.
Well, welcome to Black and Right, brother.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on your show. I wanted to first respond to that last caller. As a Georgian and a proud gun owner myself, I'm aware that a bullet can go through more than one person at a time.
That's true.
In high congested areas, one bullet can cause 3 injuries.
That's true.
So I'm not sure what he's talking about, Chicago being safer than Redskins.
I know.
That's absurdity.
Well, you see, that's why I called him out on that, Jared.
Yes. I don't know what he was talking about, insurance and for the bullets and the guns, but, that's a difference between a right and a fundamental constitutional right.
Yes.
The Second Amendment is a constitutional right, and it's one of the very few that you require a permit to exercise.
Amen.
And we see so many people pushing the gun control legislation and the gun control, but they have ignored exactly what you said, that these are thugs.
Yes.
These are criminals, and they're not going to follow any of the rules whatsoever.
No.
So none of those are going to fly, insurance requirements and all that. You think...
Well, Jared, that's been a bill in the Illinois legislative body for a couple of years. I know the guy and he hates my guts now because I called him out on it. But that's actually been a bill. They want to put markings on the round so that you'll know it belongs to you. It's insane what they're trying to do here. But this is the People's Republic of Illinois, though. So that's that, Jared.
Do they not realize you can reload shells?
No, they don't, because they don't know anything about guns, Jared.
They think the shell shoots the person or the bullet comes out of the shell. They don't know what they're talking about.
That's what they do here. But guess what? If it made sense, it wouldn't make sense. So go ahead.
Jared, let me ask you one final question here. What are your thoughts on crime in Atlanta, Georgia, and how does that impact our election here coming up in 2024? And what does Trump need to say and do, and how does he address that?
Well, I'll tell you that the one big thing about crime in Atlanta is that the crimes that are being committed against individuals, we have actual victims. They're getting piled up. They're getting piled up behind these political prosecutions. Fani Willis has got so much work to do, and she can't even keep her dress on straight.
Oh.
She can't even get to the load of criminal cases where you have victims of violence, and she's kicking the can down the road. Now, here's one thing that I think was unexpected from the Trump indictments and the mugshot. That gave Trump street credibility.
It did.
And he became one of us. He became, from the perspective of I'll just say the collective minority perspective, that he was one of us. He was now a man of the people who's also being mistreated by the same people who are mistreating the criminal defendants, the people who are awaiting trial, and the people who are rotting in the Rice Street detention center.
That's true.
People are dying waiting for trial there.
That's true. Jared, you got to come back on the show as a guest one day. I'd love to get your perspective on what's happening to our veterans, especially with the suicide rate. I'd love to get your perspective on that. I really appreciate you for calling in, Jared.
Well, the one thing we can combat that with is hope.
Ooh.
And we need to have more hope in the minds of our American citizens.
Amen. You're listening to Black and Right? We'll be right back.